Kanye is being sued by Trevor Phillips, a former employee of Kanye's Donda West school. Trevor alleges in the lawsuit that Kanye wanted to put a jail inside the school to send students who acted up. He also threatened to punch a staff member, and he also they said almost sexually simulated himself. Now, Trevor is suing for wrongful termination, hostile work environment, and emotional distress. What are your thoughts on these allegations? Al, let's go to you.
Ooh, baby, Claudia, this one is juicy. Now, I spoke about this on my YouTube channel last night, so if anybody wants the real ins and outs, go right on over there and get it. This was done by an African-American male. So the guy that's sharing these stories is a former employee. I think his name is Trevor Phillips, and I honestly believe it. He talked about how Kanye is very erratic. He talked about how Kanye yells at the black staff members and not the white ones. He corrects the black staff members, but never correct the white ones. To me, everything that he shared paralleled what we've seen from Kanye in the public. And that to me is what really made me endear to him. Now, as it relates to the awkward navigating, he said he was awkwardly navigating this pretending of seeing Kanye jacking off while talking to him. And he, in fact, called a woman on the phone and told her to put on clothes that he purchased from her, for her while he was doing it. So I don't know. I don't know about this one. All I know is that we're in a very sue-happy society right now. People that feel like that they have been violated are coming to the front of the line. And in this case, is it hard to believe possibly that Kanye could be rude, could have created a hostile work environment, could have done some very nasty things to the tune of wanting to shave his student's head and treat them like they are in a concentration camp and put them in jail for their actions? Does that seem far-fetched to you, Armand or Claudia?
Here's my thought. Like, I feel like some of it's true. I can get with some of it, but some of it, I'm like, it feels a little far-fetched. Because if you know Kanye, you study Kanye, some of that is his aesthetic. Now, do I feel like he could have been a little rude? Do I feel like he could have cursed some people out? Absolutely. Do I also feel like, though, he comes with this kind of eclectic aesthetic, like to build cages and shave heads? I feel like, yeah, he would do that, but that's a stylistic take that usually the parents of those kids probably would want their kids to go to a Kanye school because you know Kanye, that's part of his branding. Now, I also think it's interesting that this guy is upset because he got fired. Let's just call it a thing. You got fired, you're mad. So now all of a sudden, Kanye's this horrible person that created this hostile work environment. I need to see more. And now he's almost pleasured himself in front of you. Like, I don't know. I'm just at the point where I'm not here to just cancel every single successful black man with a sexual assault allegation because you got fired or you feel slighted by that person. I'm not victim shaming, but we need a little bit more detail to this because it seems like a lot of people are coming out after they get the boot and they're not reaping the benefits anymore.
That's how almost all wrongful work environment cases are.
It really is.
You can't really say anything.
Unfortunately.
Like, unfortunately, like I remember I had a case against a company before, and everyone saw what was happening. They were witnesses, and I couldn't get anyone to come forward for me that loved me and would privately support me until they lost their job, you know? And sadly, that's just kind of how it is. So I tend to be a little bit more, empathetic to it because I seen it. I remember this one sister came forward for me, and she actually did lose her job. She did get a settlement as well. But it was like sad that later on, the same people would whisper like, we knew, but we were scared. I don't work there anymore. So now I can talk. And I'm like, unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is. Now, you said the whole stylistic thing. I don't know, Armand. All I had to hear was kids building a jail in a school because you think it'd be a good idea to put the kids in there. I'm
telling you. So I went to brunch. I had brunch with Kanye West before. We went to an old, it was nothing.
That black media.
It was a claim. It was literally nothing in there. We were all sitting in a black triangle. We all had to wear all black, and it was just like bread and food spread over on the table with smoke and fog machines, and everybody's sitting in like a freaking Masonic triangle angle. That's just what he gives. Like, it was in like a cave. And I was there. So this is not allegedly. I was there. I saw it. So I know some of this stuff is aesthetically. Some of this is his aesthetic.
I saw the photos of you at the brunch that he had for the Black people in media, and it was giving cult, and you're giving cult member right now.
And Armand was there for it all, baby. He was like,
it was his aesthetic. Like, first of all, that's his aesthetic. Y'all got to know Kanye's aesthetic. Look at all of his interviews. That's his vibe.
Right. So, okay, that I can rock with you. So your vibe, though, when you're running a school requires certain standards. So you berating kids for you screaming at just your team, your staff. Unfortunately, you could do that in your regular life, but you can't do it in certain businesses, and especially not in education-based businesses. Okay.
Let me go to the chat before I get cussed out here. K Webb said people already knew who he was before they started working with him and putting their kids in his schools. Debbie Bryant said, Armand is Kanye's lawyer. And Candace said, I'm surprised he's even involved in school. And Only With You When I See You says, I'm surprised he's even involved. I'm sorry. I don't even understand what type of parent would trust Kanye with their child.
I think Kanye's the type of person that'll tell on himself. Like, he's a Gemini like me. Like, we don't have to have no secret like that. I'll tell on it. Yeah, I yelled at him. Like, it's no secret with Kanye. It's not a Diddy situation here for me. I feel like Kanye be like, yeah, I yelled at that fool. He's dumb. And I fired him.
Allie Harris Beek said, yeah, I don't know about the stylistic mess. Shaving their heads and putting them in the school jail is weird as F.
Yeah.
Well, the jury's still out on Kanye. You say it's stylistic. I say it's crazy. I'm out Kanye with the backpack, not the Masonic Temple square triangle, whatever you all was in a shape like this. Isn't that a Illuminati thing right there?
I don't know. He was absolutely normal.
Yeah, right.
It was cool.
Boy, I tell you, I want to come back to this earth a rich Black man so everybody can have my back on this show.